Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So we got our first Fate collab news in a while, which was revealed in the HSR concert for 2025. I actually watched it live, that's why I instantaneously had a reaction to this, but you know, I didn't put it on video because I was too tired to stream, but yeah, this woke me up. And we had a teaser. We saw Saber's ultimate, which is about as obvious as you could get, you know, just Excalibur, giant sword put down, and giant blast, you know, whatever. Today, I'm gonna be analyzing the collab characters and what I expect of them, as well as what I expect their impact on the meta is gonna be, and a bunch of other stuff too that just pops into my head while I talk about this. Keep in mind, this is, you know, subject to change. You know what it is, right? We don't have the full information yet. This is just me guessing based on what information we have. I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, you can... Let's get into this, right? So, we have Saber here, Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail. That's what I assume the mission is gonna be. I have Fate, original concept artist. Yeah, this is the original concept artist, okay. So we have Saber here, which is a Wind Destruction 5-star character. And you have Archer, which is also a 5-star Quantum Hunt unit. That's very interesting, and he's a male character too, so Quantum receives its first male character ever. Starting from, you know, 12 o'clock, July 11 server time, Trailblazers can use Star Rail special passes. This isn't like a special pull currency, this is just, you know, what we have already, the golden tickets. To participate in the collaboration event and obtain the limited 5-star collaboration characters, Saber, Destruction Wind, and Archer, the Hunt Quantum. Based on this information alone, we can infer that they will have some form of Eidolons, because Archer is free. So, why would he have a banner if he already, you know, he has to have an E1, right? So, basically, these characters are gonna have E1 to, you know, E6. They have Eidolons. They're not like an Aloy situation where there are no Eidolons, right? This collaboration warp will be available for over a long period of time. The cumulative warp count for this collaboration warp is calculated independently of other warp types. Example, character event warp. So let's say if you had like 79 pity on your character event warp and you try to pull like, you know, Saber, then it wouldn't take that into account. You would have to start from 0. Please stay tuned for official announcements for more details about the warp details and warp event rules. So here, this is the announcement of, you know, free Archer, July 11 server time until version 3.6 ends. Trailblazers can log into the game to claim the limited 5-star collaboration character Archer the Haunted Quantum for free. People are speculating that this will be the length of the banner. From July 11 until the end of version 3.6, this banner will be active, because they did say this collaboration warp will be available over a long period of time. This should be around, is this 6 months? Yeah, this should be around 4 to 6 months, I believe. So yeah, pretty long, especially for Star Rail standards. Fate Stay Night event in the Planet of Dreams. Okay, so we're in Penacony to introduce these characters. Compete to gain the Holy Grail, which can realize all dreams and summon historical celebrities as servants. The first Penaconian Holy Grail war is about to begin, and the Trailblazer will be player. Oh, okay, so we will be protagonists. Okay, from 12 July server time, the Fate events. Yeah, okay. So first, let's talk about this. Let's talk about Saber. I don't know how good Saber will be. And the problem with that is it's kind of a 50-50 on how good collaboration characters are. Because the thing is, if you look at Hoyo's history with collaboration characters, they are they do not last that long at all. The worst that you got was like Aloy from Genshin, which was completely dead in the water from day 1. And the best you can have is like, I don't know, it's one of the Honkai Impact 3rd collab characters. I believe it's, yeah, that's probably the best that you could get, like a very special, a very famous title like Neon Genesis, which the devs obviously take a lot of inspiration from. They have no incentive to make Saber strong, because from what I've gathered with the community and from what I gathered with, you know, I'm questioning people that were Fate fans that want to join this collab. All they're gonna do is log in, pull Saber, and then log out. That really is what it is. And if this collaboration event will, you know, put Fate players into honkaistarrail, that's probably what they're gonna do too. They're gonna play for like, I don't know, 3 months at max and then just log off and play another gacha. That's just how it works, right? I also don't think Fate players that play gacha games are gonna complain that, you know, they're not gonna be viable in like 3 months or so, because these guys played FGO. They know how it is, right? Like, they know how to play the game, and they'll just, you know, they're used to it at this point. So don't, this is not an insult to them or anything, but just know that Fate players won't really necessarily care if the power creep is too high, because again, they'll probably just log off and never play this game again after 3 months. So there really is no incentive for Saber to be future-proof in any way, because this is also one thing about collaboration events. Hoyo has never reran a collaboration event character. Ever. Like, once, I guess it's part of the contract where once the IP runs out, they can't do another banner on it. I don't know if that's how it works, but if that's true, there's even less incentive for Saber to be a future-proof character. And therefore, I'm not really putting my high hopes on both of these characters being viable for too long, especially with Star Rail's meta. It's so fast, and we're getting reworks now, so I don't know if they're gonna rework Saber in the future. I feel like, I don't know if that's gonna be a breach of contract in that point, so I'm just gonna put that out there. But yeah, I don't know about Saber's viability. It's very up in the air right now because of Hoyo's history. I don't know if they're gonna treat them that well, but you know, maybe we'll be lucky, and maybe Saber will be viable for like 1 year or so, which is good enough for me in this type of meta. And you know, maybe they're not exempt from reworks. They really haven't done reworks in any of their games, so yeah, maybe someday they'll get it. I also want to talk about Saber's path, Winds of Destruction, and you know what they said, right? July 11. This patch, these characters should release on 3.4. And Blade, also a Wind Destruction character, is getting his buffs at the same time Saber is released. This, I don't know, man. I'm bracing myself for impact, or I guess the lack thereof, because I'm already a bit, you know, skeptical on how good Blade's rework is gonna be, because, you know, he's a 50-50 loss character compared to Jingliu, Kafka, Silverwolf, and in general, he's a damage dealer, so it's not like he's gonna be breaking the mold too much. That, you know, that's whatever, right? But now that Saber's here, I don't know what's gonna happen to Blade anymore. I don't even know if he's gonna get an overcap rework buff. I don't know. Maybe Blade is gonna be looking a little sad with this premonition or whatever that we call it. As for Archer, I really like that they have a new free 5-star, and you know, it's a collaboration event character, and it's a male too. Like, look at it, look at this guy. He looks very unique. So I'm skeptical of his meta viability outside of being a collab character, because he's a hunt and he's a quantum unit. With the influx of AoE units, you know, like Castris is great at AoE, My Day is Blast, Herta, don't even need to say that, and then Jade, how is Archer gonna fit in this meta? Or, like, it's either Archer is like Zilla, who is another quantum hunt unit, who actually can scale off the number of enemies, and, you know, it's a happy time if there's more than 5 enemies on the field or something. Or they're gonna start shifting the meta away from AoE and start doing single target content, which at around 3.4, yeah, 3.4 was around the time where they shifted from Super Break to single target Fei Xiao follow-up attack. So I don't know, maybe this is the precursor to a new damage type era, or not damage type era, for a new meta focus. Maybe after Archer's banner, we're gonna start getting, you know, more single target content finally to balance out the AoE shilling, and that would yeah, he would be the start of this, and he would stay viable for a good period of time. I don't think he's gonna. I just want to say, I don't think these characters are gonna be bad at release. That's just no way. That's just not gonna happen. It's just, I don't know how well they're gonna age, especially with Hoyo's past history, but I'm expecting Archer to be at least Doctor Ratio on release viable, so that's already gonna be amazing. And him being a hunt unit, and if he is a precursor to a you know, new damage, like he's gonna be the precursor to the single target meta, and he's free, then that's good, right? Make it as comfortable as possible to shift from AoE to single target with a free 5-star character. That's about as good as you can get, right? So a couple of interesting things releasing these two characters with their path combinations. So yeah, honestly, I'm really excited for the collab. I'm not like a Fate connoisseur. I just really like looking at Fate memes and, you know, all these people die when they kill. People die when they are killed. Whoever quoted that is a fucking it's so funny. But yeah, I'm excited for this collab. I'm probably gonna pull Saber if I have enough pulls, but it's gonna feel kind of sad for me that Saber and Blade exist in the same space-time continuum, and I'm not sure. One of these has to give, right? Like one of those characters has to feel really bad, right? Maybe Saber is gonna be a super break win DPS though. That would be good. That wouldn't step on Blade's toes, right? For Archer, all I hope is that, you know, it's either that they're gonna shift into single target again, or he's a hunt character that actually wants multiple targets, which would be very interesting as a design. We haven't seen that since like Zila or something. Like I don't know if there's another hunt. Oh, Boot Hill, I guess, yeah. So, you know, this is yeah, pretty, you know, I'm not expecting too much. Like I'm not expecting them to be broken in like a year or so, but I'm expecting them at least to be really interesting kit-wise because it's a collaboration character. Hoyo really likes to go in on kit designs from what I've heard of collab characters. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video and my thoughts on the, you know, the collab and what I think they will have an impact on the meta on. And yeah, I'll see you later.